Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you my August wrap up of all the books I read in the month of August, and there was 8 of them in total, and I'll just give you a little review, a little rundown and my thoughts. So grab a cup of coffee or whatever beverage you want and let's get started. I love coffee. First book I read is The Baby Is Mine by Onikan Braithwaite. I gave this 3.75 stars. There's just a little novella. It's like some like dark comedy. It's like intriguing. It keeps you hooked. We basically follow the central character Bambi, who gets kicked out of his girlfriend's house, locked down in Lagos in Nigeria, and he goes to his recently deceased uncle's house, where he finds his aunt who has just had a baby, and there's another woman there, and both of them are claiming to, you know, be the mother of the child. So he has to deal with this like toxic situation of these two like women that are like very strong characters, and there's like a lot of stuff happens, and it's like really short. It's really easy to get through. I did really enjoy it. I did kind of wish like maybe it was a bit longer. Maybe like, I don't know, I did enjoy it, but it wasn't like my favorite. So yeah. Then I read this big one, which actually took me so long to get through, to be honest. This is Things a Bright Girl Can Do by Sally Nichols, and I really enjoyed it. I gave this 4.25 stars. The only reason I knocked it down a bit is because I did think it was a bit too long, in my opinion. It was quite like bloated, and just like some certain things I didn't really like, but I did enjoy it in the most part. We basically follow 3 characters. Evelyn, who wants to go to university, but like her family doesn't really want her to. This is set during 1914, by the way, like on the like just before World War One, and then it like follows into a bit of World War One and afterwards as well, I think. Yeah, about that. I really start like the start of the month. And yeah, so Evelyn wants to go to university, and we also follow May, who her mother is like a very like active like suffragist, and she's like a Quaker, and her like she's grown up doing like women's rights like work and stuff. Evelyn has just gotten into it, and then the final character is Nell, and Nell and May like have like a relationship. It's like sapphic, and it's about like women's rights, like women's, just like a telling of like just three girls drawn the women's like suffrage movement in London. And it also deals with like issues of like class and like how like the women's rights movement and like the war and like poverty and like different things like that affected like the different classes, which I feel like it's done really well. There's like so many like references to like certain like events in history and like main characters like in the suffrage movement, and it's really good. It's kind of like a bit sad sometimes, and it's just, yeah, I don't know, I would totally recommend it. I feel like it is like a bit like young adult like audience, but it's still like very engaging. It's very enjoyable. It's just, I really love this book. It pulls me. I don't know, and like the relationship's like so sweet. Then you're like I don't know, like what more, but I like just certain things. And I also feel like Teddy was so sweet. Like I've read quite a few reviews, and lots of people say like Teddy's just like whatever, but I don't know, there's something about Teddy that I just feel like he's very like golden retriever energy. Like he's gonna have like blonde hair, like he's does like art and stuff, and he's just like, yes, he does like just like go along with like what Evelyn says, but at the same time he's just, I don't know, I really liked him, to be honest. I just felt like he was just a very cute character, and yeah. And then the next book I read, I don't actually have with me because what did I read? I read 1984 I listened to this as the dramatized audiobook on YouTube whilst following it along whilst I was like reading on my laptop because I found like a PDF. I don't know why I decided to read 1984 because I read Animal Farm in like year 8 in high school, and it was okay. I didn't really, it was alright, but I don't know what. I feel like because maybe I found it online, I was just like, I was gonna like listen to it to go to sleep, but then I was like, this is kind of interesting, so I did, and then I found the PDF and I wanted to like follow along. So I gave 1984. Oh, it's by George Orwell, if you didn't know. I feel like most people do, but anyway, I gave it 3 stars in total. I didn't really like the writing style that much. The characters, the storyline for a lot of it was just a bit meh. I understand like it has a strong literary like gravitas and importance, and I respect it. I just didn't necessarily enjoy it. And yeah, we basically followed the main character Winston, um, who commits a thought crime, and he lives in London in 1984 in like this alternative dystopian world where like Big Brother and the party is like constantly watching you and like in control of everything you do. It was like written in like the 60s or 50s or something. I can't actually remember now, but yeah, it's like set in the future then, but past. Yeah. And yeah, so basically Vincent commits thought crime, and then it's just like what goes on. I don't want to say it because I don't want to like spoil it, because it's just, you need to like read it to get to know it. And yeah, it was quite like repetitive and a little bit, and then this huge, oh my god, Jeffrey what did I say, Jeffrey Epstein, that's not his name. Something Goldstein's theory, the ideology, thesis, Goldstein's thesis just being plastered into the middle of the book. I'm like, what? Why? Like, it probably would have been maybe like a 3.75 or something if it wasn't for this like massive just amount of we already know, what's already been said, just being reiterated in like someone else's words. And it's not really, because it's the same, and I'm just like, Mr. Orwell, why? Like, why did you do this? Like, I didn't need to read all of this again, because like Winston's already said that these certain things are happening, and I don't know. I didn't really get that. I didn't know. I didn't like that. It was too dense. It was too much. It was just unnecessary. And yeah, I didn't really like the characters. I understand that they were in like a bad situation, but it's just a lot about them I didn't jam with, really. So yeah, I respect it, but I didn't enjoy it, and that's why I'd give it 3 stars. And then the next book I read is the worst book I've read ever. I hated it so much. I didn't even read this on my thing because I forgot her name. It's Paper Ghost by Julia Herberlin. I did not remember the main character's name. I totally forgot it. I started this ages ago. I started this when like my first video, when I took you on the journey to like Orpington, which you can see in the vlog up there, if you want to see my first video. But yeah, I started it on the bus when I was going there, and I've literally been reading it like sort in snippets for like the past like 4 months ish, I think. I hated it. I gave it 1.75 stars. So many times I just wanted to DNF it so badly, because I don't know, I just did not like it. But I didn't DNF it. I read to about halfway through, about 200-ish pages. It's about like 380 or something, I think. So I read quite a bit, and then I was like, I ain't having this. I'm not putting myself through this anymore. I just want to know the end of it so I can get on with it and just get onto something else, because it was just plaguing me, like sitting in the corner of my room, like constantly I could see it in my eyesight. I was like, I need you gone, but I want to like no, I don't want to like just DNF it, because I don't know, I haven't DNF'd it but before, and I didn't really want to do this one, even though I did not like it. But anyway, I read to about 200 pages, and then I skimmed like the remaining chapters until I got to the final two, and I read the final two in full and then the epilogue, and I don't know, I just did not like that book one bit. I thought I would have, because the storyline was quite interesting. It's about a woman who like fakes being this guy that's in a like a home's daughter, so he can take her out, so she can take him out of the home on like a road trip of sorts, because she suspects that he kidnapped and killed her sister when she was younger. And he's like a not convicted, like a acquitted murderer, and like an artist, a photographer or whatever. And yeah, anyway, well, she takes him out of there, and they go like sort of like on a road trip to different like murder sites. And then there's like plot twists and different things and other characters. My favorite character was Barty, because he's literally just a dog. But all the other characters I did not like one single bit. I just didn't jam with them. They were unrealistic. The plot lines were just like, what, why? I did not get it. There was like no sense of justice, which I just like wanted, and I did not like it. If you didn't get that, I didn't like it. I had it at 2 stars, but then I was like, no, I didn't. It like Death of a Salesman is my for 2-star. If that was as long as that, then that would have been like a 1 or something. But because it was like just over 100 pages, that's fine. But it was too long, it was too unnecessary. It just didn't jam with me one single bit, so I would not recommend it. But I gave it in a book swap when I went back to like South London-ish, yeah. Which you can see up there if you want to, another little free library vlog. And hopefully someone else gets it and enjoys it, and but I did not. And then the final 4 books I read as a part of a book talk, like reading vlog, which might be out before this, I don't know, but I'll link it anyway up there if you want to watch that one, where I delve like deeper into my thoughts and like the plot line of these certain books. But these are the 4 I read after that, but I'll just include in my wrap up anyway. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delia Owens. This I gave 5 stars. The nature writing is so beautiful, it's so well crafted, it's so lyrical and transportative, it's just exceptional. I loved it. We follow the main character Kaya, who is, or like the marsh girl, who is like ostracized by society. She's like left in the marsh to like fend for herself and like grow up. And it's like 2 storylines. It's like that one, and then there's also like further in time where a member of like the town has been found like dead, and they suspect it's murder, and she is the like main suspect because she's like ostracized. And then like goes through just like her like childhood and adult and like growing up to an adult, the trial, and just other stuff. And it was so good. I loved it. I loved this book so much. So many of the characters were so lovely, like Tate. Oh my god, Tate was just, yeah, he did something that I just was like but he was just lovely, and Kaya was just so lovable, so lovely. So I would 100% totally recommend this book. I so enjoyed it, and if not for the plot, then just give a chance like the nature scenes, because they are so like well crafted and lovely. And then I read We Were Liars by E. Lockhart. This follows I gave this 4 stars. This follows the main character Cadence and her band of liars, who are like 2 of her cousins. I forgot their names now. 2 of her cousins and one of her cousins' mother's boyfriend's sister's son, who is Cadence's love interest, and they go away to this island, like the family island, every summer for like vacation, and then something happens, an accident on summer 15, and then she doesn't go away on summer 16 but comes back summer 17, and she's like trying to piece together like what actually happened. And yeah, and there's like a plot twist that I did not see coming. Did I enjoy it? Not necessarily that part, but I feel like I enjoyed reading the book more than I actually did the content of the book, if that makes any sense. Like it just flowed well. I didn't really like the characters, to be honest. Maybe Gat was alright. The other ones is yeah. And then like what happened after something with the dogs, just like I don't know, I just didn't really get to it that much. So I might, upon further reflection, I might actually drop this down a bit because not everything I enjoyed about it, but it was easy to read, I'd say, and I did enjoy reading it. I just didn't necessarily enjoy the book. I don't know if that makes sense, but anyway. Then I read The Midnight Library by Matt Haig, and this has gone straight up to my second favourite book I've ever read after Two Boys Kissing by David Leviathan. This book was so damn good. I loved it so much. We follow the main character Nora, who decides that she wants to take her own life after different bad mental health and just bad things going wrong in her life. And then she gets transported to the Midnight Library, where she has this infinite amount of books, and she can take them and transport into a different life that might be happening if she had done something different in her root life. And she just goes through lots of them. There's so many characters, so many ones that are so you just love them. Some that you don't, but most of them was just, it was quite nuanced, but for most of them I liked them. I just felt such a great connection with Nora and other characters in it, other themes and other events. So I feel like I read it at such a great point in my life, and I totally got a lot from it. I know a lot of people don't like this sort of self-help and non-fiction elements of this book, which I do totally get. I feel like they was embedded quite well. It's not just in your face, I can't really think of an example, but it's not in your face. I feel like it is integrated very well, and I feel like I probably just enjoyed it so much more because the characters were so relatable and so lovable, and just everything about this book was just, in my eyes, perfection. I wholeheartedly recommend this book so much. I loved it. Loved it so much. So I would totally recommend it. Out of the ones I today, I probably would recommend Radical Dancing for everybody, but for some people maybe that struggle with mental health, like I do, and just want, I feel like maybe read the blurb and read what it's about first, and then if it's something you think you're gonna like, then I would totally recommend it, because there's a big chance you will like it, because it's lovely. It is perfection. So I'm gonna stop ranting about that, because I can just probably talk about it forever. And oh my god, and Dylan, oh my god, Dylan in that book were just,
I can't. Oh, compose yourself. Dylan was just so damn cute. Oh, and the way he sat on the floor so a big Newfoundland could sit on the sofa next to Nora. Okay.
Well, that's what I'm gonna say, because read the book, please read the book. And then the final book I read, even though I literally had 80 pages, that was into September because it went past midnight. But anyway, I'm going to count it as August because I read it the majority, and in my eyes it was an August book. That was One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus. And in this book there's 5 students that walk into detention. Simon, Bronwyn, Addie, Cooper and Nate. Simon owns this app that shares people's in the schools deepest darkest secrets, and it's kind of disliked by a lot of people. He has an accident and dies, and then the other 4 in the room are all suspects to his murder. And we follow just them over the following on month or so. And then we get into their backstories, their lives, and there's plot twists, there's twists and turns, and it was it was an enjoyable read. I gave this 4.25 stars. Some things I didn't necessarily like that much, but I did really enjoy it, I'd say. It's very easy to get through. Majority of the characters are quite lovable. At first I didn't really like them that much, but then as you get to know more, you definitely do like them more. I'd say Nate was probably my favourite character of them all throughout, even though like he's kind of the most problematic. But then something happens with Cooper that like shoots him right after, and I'm like, oh, just because it's just certain things that just like some things in books that just, you know. And then Bronwyn was like really nice as well, and Addie, like I was a bit like, but then I was like, okay, I understand you. And yeah, it was enjoyable. There's some like content warnings with like majority of the books, but I did enjoy it. And yeah, all in all, I thought it was a good month. So these were all the physical books I read. Even though I did, Favourite Ghost was physical, but I don't have any more because bye-bye. Midnight Library was wholeheartedly my favourite. Where the Crawdads Sing was my second favourite. Then it probably would have been this one. Brings What Girl Can Do. One of Us is Lying. We Were Liars. Baby Is Mine, 1984, and Paper Ghost was last because I hated that. But some people might like it. I just didn't, and that is totally fine. Hope you had a fruitful month in August and have a nice September as well, and I will see you soon. Bye bye.